Caroline Green, your host. You're watching Blend, and as usual, we bring you to the most interesting people to know, the latest hotspots around town, and the finest real estate on the market. New York and Hamptons have some of the finest real estate in the world. We have visited some of these trophy properties. Let's see.
I'm here at Tom Britt's house, who is a master of design.
This house is one that I designed for myself. I did this house initially about 15 years ago. I was very influenced when I went to the Baltic countries. I became kind of fascinated with the palaces. There was one in Warsaw, Leszczynski. It was designed by an Italian named Merlini. Really, I got brainwashed by looking at that. Such a simple thing as just a square box. So I thought, well, I'd really like to do that for myself. There's a big yellow room that I always loved, and one is at Clayton in England. So that gave me a kick off of doing the yellow room. Then there's the blue room, which is lovely to watch TV. It has a super long banquette. There is a swimming pool where the water plunges over the wall. When I did that pool, I thought it was great to have places so you could sit there and talk. You can sit there and have drinks. You can sit there and do anything you feel like any hour of the day. I now am interested in selling it because I have about 2 or 3 houses too many.
The summers in the Hamptons are always filled with a lot of hot parties, charity events, and the polo. We visit some of the hottest places to be and met some very interesting people. Let's take a look. So I'm still here at the Phoenix house. We had to go in the corner. The music is bumping in the background. I'm here with the 2 of the hottest ladies.
3 of the hottest ladies. What are you talking about? But I'm really excited to be here tonight. It's the start of our summer festivities of charity events.
It's our second time actually supporting Phoenix House, so it's always nice to see some familiar faces.
You'll save a life. I mean, that's the most important thing. If you go to one of these shelters, you'll see a lot of very precious little souls that need salvation and saving, and you can do one. You can save one.
Bauer.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm a big fan of your show on HBO. True Blood.
Yeah, I could tell you'd seen every episode when we met. Yes, I'm on True Blood on HBO, which is a really fun show. Much like this one, I'm sure everybody should watch.
I mean, last year I had a great season with Danielle Staub, and Danielle's not on the show anymore, so I kind of miss my sidekick a little bit. But, you know, I'm working well on my own, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've done a lot of things to create a lot of drama.
Yeah, well,
yes.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. Oh, my God.
It was a hot day, a tough match, but you know, happy to be here in Bridgehampton again in this great tournament.
Yeah. Are you staying out here the whole summer?
Yes, I am. I live quite close to here, so yeah, I have my horses here, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
I'm so excited to be here with you. We're at 1280 Fifth Avenue. This was the last empty development site, also the Museum Mile.
Our goal was very simply to take advantage of the fact that we're facing the park, to bring nature into the building, to everywhere we go have beautiful natural materials of the highest quality.
There's 115 units in the building. The ranges is everything from lofty studios to 6 bedrooms, and the price goes from around 600,000 up to 7 million.
Correct.
So there's really for everybody here. Then also tell me about this very interesting partnership with the developer Beekman and the African Historical Museum.
Bruce Brickman, he drove by this empty lot on Museum Mile and said we really need to do something here that's appropriate to Museum Mile. I spent a great deal of time working with the city and the Museum of African Art to build for them a permanent home and then build his condominium on top of it. And that's really a unique partnership between public and private. It speaks of the quality and integrity of Brickman real estate, which is evident in every aspect of this project.
We are sitting on top of the rooftop at the Z Hotel, the newest project in Long Island City. Let's talk a little bit about the hotel as far as the finishes.
I did it in my way. I took again a building from Manhattan. I took, you can say, even a Bloomberg building in a smaller size, and I gave the same amenities. I gave different completely finishes, and they told me crazy. The feel that Long Island City is getting, you know, I see it, I feel it. Regarding design, fashion trend, changed so much since I started to develop the property. It took me a long time and I'm very happy.
So after an accomplished condominium project and probably the best hotel in Long Island City, what do you think is your next move?
I'm going to Disney World.
We met with some of the most talented people in New York the last couple of weeks. We met the highest paid male model through all times, very talented jewelry designer, and an incredible fashion designer. Let's have a look. I'm here with Eva Attling in the Meatpacking District on Washington and Little West 12. I'm so excited to be with you here. You are like an iconic legend in Sweden.
We wrote a lot of music, but I wrote this one hit that I have a gold record, and after a concert people came up to me and saying, oh, this is really what I want to express myself, but I can't do it myself. So when I started to make the jewelry, I still wanted to have words that touches people and connects people. All my pieces has names, but some of them has really the words stamped on them. One of my first pieces, Homo sapiens, Madonna started to use it, and then I had like Jennifer Aniston and Sharon Stone, and at the Mamma Mia premiere in Sweden, the big gala night, I met Meryl Streep, who's got the rose petals. And
I love them, they're gorgeous.
Oh, they're really inspired by nature and like petals from a rose. I love roses. And also I gave a piece to Angelina Jolie with all her children's names engraved, so she was happy to get that.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Joe Nahum. I live here on the beach in Amagansett, and I've lived here for about 14 years. I built this house about 6 years ago. I do interior design and architecture, and I've been working here and in New York City for about 15 to 20 years. The house now has 5 bedrooms, all with bath en suite, as well as a housekeeper's room with a full bath and a gym. Though the house kind of has a modern feeling architecturally, we use a lot of traditional and kind of local materials. There's reclaimed barnwood that all the doors are made out of. It's a Swiss kitchen called Forrester, and they're white enamel cabinets, very simple. I think what's unusual about this property is that the house kind of sits up on a knoll, on a little bit of a hill, so you really feel like you're high up even at the lowest level. And also, of course, gives us a great view of the ocean and the dunes. The house has a lot of different kinds of outdoor spaces, and we do use it year-round. In the summer, you know, we're lucky to have the pool, we have the pool house, we have the deck, and then, of course, there's the amazing beach. It has a a grass path down to a beach, which you don't usually see out here. Most of the houses in the double dunes, you have to walk through the dune to get to the beach, whereas here somehow, I think back in the 30s or 40s, somebody made this grass path that goes all the way down to the beach. And it's a really nice walk through a bird sanctuary.
I'm Nick Jabbour, Vice President of Nest Seekers International, here at Bonnie Young Soho apartment with Bonnie to talk a little bit about her life and times. So your trade is design. Was that a dream that you had, or was that a childhood thing growing up?
I actually studied fine arts. I was always really interested in painting and sculpture when I was younger, and I went to Cornell University, so I didn't study fashion at all. And by chance, I met somebody at school who turned out to be my closest friend in the world at the time, whose father grew up with Ralph Lauren. Okay. And I needed money to pay my parking tickets. They helped me get an internship, a paid internship at Ralph Lauren that summer, and I stayed there throughout my university years.
How did you get to ultimately climb to Senior Creative Director Donna Karan?
From Ralph, I moved to Italy. I decided that, New York was too stressful for me at the time. So I moved to Milan, and I was working in Milan for about a year, and that's when I met Donna Karan, actually in New York, while I was home for a week. Donna said, "Do you want to come work for me?" I said, "No, I live in Italy. I'm happy as a clam. I ski every weekend in the Alps." "No," and she said, "Oh no, you can stay in Italy. That's where I'd rather you be." I published a book called Colors of the Vanishing Tribes while I was at Donna Karan. That was like a 6 or 7 year project. Okay. And I did a bunch of exhibits around the world with artifacts and things I've collected around the world, with also my photography. And it actually all started from this apartment because I had this vision and I couldn't find furniture for my children's rooms. So I created this opium bed, this wood bed that I put in my daughter's room. And Donna told me I could put it in the store on Madison Avenue. And it just happened very spontaneous. And I said to Donna, well, I want to do a collection around it. And she said, okay. And that's how I launched the company. I created this place from scratch. My favorite part of this apartment is my bathtub. I live here, I work here. I find it very difficult to work where I live. It's tough, you don't stop working, yet you wake up in the morning in your pajamas and you can spend the whole day without getting dressed.
I'm here with Marcus Schenkenberg. You're actually at a photo shoot. We're holding it up.
I'm shooting for Out magazine today. They're having a Swedish issue, the October issue.
And you're Swedish?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden.
It's very rare that models have such a long career. Are you still really busy?
I have my own perfume as well, and my own face creams, and I have my jewelry line, I have underwear, bodywear line. I'm about to start a jeans line.
Is your perfume out now? Or
yeah, absolutely. It's called Marcus Schenkenberg. People nicknamed it Don't Go Home Alone Cologne.
That's seductive?
It is. You want to smell it actually?
Oh my God, yes.
Isn't that
nice? Let's go. You have had an incredible career. Is there like any competition for you with like new young models out there?
The fashion industry don't produce fashion models like they did in the 90s. Really, there's no new supermodels these days being produced.
You look amazing. I'm sure it's your genes. But what else do you do to stay in shape?
Sleeping well, at least 8 hours a night. Eating well, try to eat healthy. Working out regularly and no stress.
How long have you been living in New York?
Almost 20 years.
What did you look for in an apartment when you moved to New York?
When you walk into an apartment, it's a feeling, you feel this is it, and that's what happened to my apartment here, Union Square here in New York.
Do you have maybe some Swedish, like Scandinavian design in your apartment?
Actually, a couple of items from IKEA.
Yes?
Yeah, you gotta have that as a Swede,
Oh, your house in Los Angeles, what are you looking for there?
I like modern, clean, modern apartments and houses. So.
I'm here with Marcus Schenkenberg. Thank you so much for taking it out on Blend.
Hello, my name is Regis Rumila with Net Seekers. Welcome to 439 West 21st Street, a beautiful townhouse for sales. 8 single apartments, 8 single studios you are in a beautiful location, 21st Street, right next to Hudson River and Chelsea Pier, where you can play golf, go to the gym, and also enjoy the beautiful attractions of what the city has to offer. Are you guys ready? Please, come in. You can see how beautiful the renovation has been done. The owner bought this building 5 years ago, spent over $1 million of renovations to make this landmark as beautiful as it is.
We visit some of the absolutely hottest spots around town. We sat down with the owner's celebrity chefs to hear who has been to the restaurants and what amazing food and drinks they have to offer.
Thank you, Caroline, for coming uptown.
I'm very excited. How come you picked Harlem?
I lived in Harlem for about 6 or 7 years, and I always wanted to have a restaurant in Harlem. You know, the menu at Red Rooster is really a reflection of its community. So we'll both have Jamaican or Caribbean-inspired food. We have Latin-inspired food because that's East Harlem. Also big African-American-inspired food, like fried chicken and so on. You know, when you think about Harlem, you think about music too, so it's important that we present and preserve that. Sting had a party here, Paul McCartney had a party here, Questlove played here. So we've been blessed with having a lot of musicians, but it's also the musicians that in this community, so we have jazz every week, we have gospel brunch, so now we can have all that downstairs.
Fantastic. Your vision with this hotel?
We wanted to bring a luxury property to Southampton, and it just wasn't enough to be able to sit by your own pool. I mean, that's not really a lot of fun. You want to be able to entertain and enjoy yourself with others and not worry about who's cooking what, who's barbecuing where. During the day, it's very laid back and quiet and nice, and everybody gets to order their cocktails and their sushi and have their Nobu, which I have to say, I mean, it's one in the world to be able to have them here.
You know, in the restaurant business, they say, you know, we have the disease. We have to please, you know, we're in the business of hospitality. So it's not just for me, it's for my staff and for the customers, and it's experimental because now we can do things like catering at people's homes, and people have beautiful homes here.
Tell me a little bit about the interior design of the place, because it's very different from your Manhattan locations.
Yeah, it's very different. The guys who did it, Meyer and Davis, lovely, lovely group. And you know, while you're out here at the beach, we want it to be a little bit relaxed, not a big glamorous design, and it's somewhat nautical. You know, it kind of has this nice beachy boat feel, very clean, fine lines, and not a lot of busyness, so which is great. So, you know, the people should be shining. That's part of the design, and the food.
Hi, this is Pamela Morgan, and we are flirting with Argentinian flavors today. And I'm making an Argentinian sauce that's very different from the classic sauce. It's green, it's herbaceous, and it's really intense. Let's get started. I'm going to take my fresh herbs, my fresh cilantro, 1 bunch, 2 bunches of flat leaf parsley, this herbaceous oregano, and you can use fresh or dried, 2 cloves of garlic, a little pinch of salt, some of this excellent smoky paprika, a whole cup of olive oil, and a 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then for spice, I'm going to add a little bit of jalapeno and a small onion. This is my flank steak. It's been marinating in the chimichurri for 4 hours, or you could marinate it overnight. I'm gonna grill this steak about 4 minutes each side until it's medium rare, perfectly pink inside. Here's my perfectly cooked steak, just medium rare and ready to eat. Enjoy. I'm Pamela Morgan for Flirting with Flavors and Blend.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, that's very
your
sweet.
food.
Me or my food?
Both.
Okay.
John DeLucci, we had the Lion.
Yes, here we are.
I love this restaurant. The atmosphere is amazing. There's also a lot of fun people watching, celebrities here.
I've heard.
I've heard, I mean, I have heard, and I've seen like Madonna, Demi Moore, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm so busy over there cooking that I have no idea who's here.
What's the menu in general?
The menu, well, the menu's basically American, but you know, what does that mean? It means that, you know, there's pasta on it, and there's great seasonal vegetables and great fish from local waters. I mean, we do, you know, sort of very accessible, delicious American cuisine.
Thanks for watching us today. I'm Caroline Grain with Blend of Lifestyle, People and Estates. Hej då!